Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Kyle here with Family Firearm Reviews. Today we're checking out the P365 X Macro comp. So this is kind of the top of the line right before the Spectre. It was something I'd really been interested in. It finally came up at our local gun shop used. So it's got a Holosun 507K on it. It came with the O-Light, so we're gonna run all this together. It was one of the guys I trust at the gun shop, one of the guys I really like. It does have a nice setup here. So I feel like this is gonna be good. It's been called the Glock killer, so we'll see if that's really true today. You do get the two 17-round mags with this firearm, which is very nice. It gives you a lot of capacity and kind of a small package. Some of the really nice features that you get with this firearm are it does have front and rear slide serrations. And they are pretty aggressive. They're easily grabbed. It's not really hard to get a hold of those. So if you're going to run the serrations back here, you want to run them up here, or you can run it on your dot. Some of those things are possible there. Now we do have a front full pick rail on the front, so you can run different lights, lasers. We have the nice O-Light on there right now. It's the Mini. We do have, our Holosun 507K, but you do have some decent texture. It's not the best. It does stop here at the edge of the beaver tail, but it does have a really nice high beaver tail. You can really get your hand up underneath there. It gives you a little bit of support, so when that gun's trying to kick back, you've got this little hang off there, which I think is definitely going to help with recoil today. It does have a nice trigger cut, so you can see there's a nice high undercut there. It is smooth there, so no texture for this first finger, so it can maybe slip around. Maybe a little bit of texture would be nice there. That's one thing I can say is a drawback so far for me that I'm going to see how it is when we're out there. It does have a generous trigger guard, so you can get in there very easily. You're able to really fit in there, so if you move the O-Light off, you can see what you've got there. If you're wearing gloves or something like that, I can easily still get my finger in there. We do have a flat trigger. Now we're going to do the trigger pull here, but you can see there's a little bit of take up. And then there is a little bit of creep there, you can see right there, and then you're going to break. So when you're staging that trigger, you're going to hit that initial wall, and then there's a secondary wall about right there, and then it's going to go off. So when you're staging that trigger for accuracy, that's something you want to look into. Now this one does have the comp built into the slide, not the barrel. So that's going to help probably be a little less ammo finicky. Hopefully we've got 3 different kinds of ammo we're going to run here. We've got our reloads that are 115. We have our Cellar and Billiot 115 and our Federal 115 that we're going to run today out on the range. So with the important stuff out of the way, let's get into those numbers. So the numbers on our P365 X Macro is a 3.1 inch barrel. We have an overall length here of 6.6 inches. We have a height of 5.2. Now that is without our optic. We do have a width of 1.1 inches, running around a 21.5 ounce weight, and it runs about a 5 pound 4 ounce trigger pull. So that's the trigger pull we're going to run with today. It's pretty standard. There is no safety on this firearm, and all the controls are on the right-handed side. So you only have the right-handed slide stop, slide release. We have the mag release. The mag release does look swappable here, so you could put that on there, but still they're not giving any love to those left-handed shooters. So with that, let's dive into some of the sights that we had on the firearm. So sights on this. Now we did sort of lose the co-witness when we put the Holosun on here. They do have the Romeo optics mount on this one, and there is a little groove here where you could try to co-witness. Now this does come out of the box with the Sig X-ray day-night sights, which are really nice. You've got that nice green tritium dot in the front. It's hard to see with the Holosun in the way. And I can sort of co-witness. So if my dot were to go down, that is something I could work with. I don't think I'd be as accurate, but this nice dot, we've got 3 different dots in there. It is a green dot for this Holosun. I want to try something different. I've really liked the green dot that we were running on the Stoker that we had out here. So we do have, the circle with the dot, and then we just have the dot. So right now I haven't set it just on the dot. We're going to go with that, but we're going to run all 3 today to see which one Lauren and I like the best. So let's get to the important stuff. Let's get out to shooting. Hey everybody, now we're out here. We're going to do our 3-shot accuracy test, Lauren and I. We've got about 5, well, I know we have a 5-yard target here. We've got our right-hand diagnostics to see if I can shoot this and how on the dot is right now. So I've got all 3 of mine touching there, right on the left. So they're all pretty, they are on. I gotta maybe adjust this dot just for my eye view to the right a hair, and that's really it. It's really on. That's a good tight group. Much better.
Much better.
Not too bad, still going a little left. So I think I'm pushing, maybe just don't have my hand on there quite right. So, because I can if I take my time, but quick shots, I'm a little to the left. So I'm pushing left. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Maybe I need to put a larger grip back strap on here to help pull my hand a little bit more straight. So let's reset and go again and give Lauren a shot. See, I'm hitting like right on from right here. So I'm gonna try accuracy, see how good the follow-up shots are with this thing. It does feel pretty flat shooting. Honestly, there's not a lot of felt recoil, but I'm gonna see I'm at 10 yards between me and a little 6x11 plate. So an A zone on an IPSC target. So let's see how it works. I mean, I hit every one of those shots from 10 yards, and I mean, they're kind of spread, but they're still a good cluster, and that was really easy to shoot. And the magwell is a little flared, so you can really get that in there. I mean, very easily if you're doing kind of stressful reloads. Now that we have our first 150 rounds through, let's get our final thoughts on these first shots. So here we are at the end of the day. We put our 150 rounds through our Sig P365 X comp. Can't even remember the name again. Macro. Hey everybody, we're here at the end of the day. We've got our P365 X Macro comp here, and I was surprised. I mean, it wasn't as great as I was hoping. It wasn't terrible. It did shoot pretty flat. If you see some of those side shots, you can ride this pretty good. It reloads very easily, very intuitive to use when you're out there. It racks nice and easy. Lauren could use the slide release, so which is good. I've seen some areas where maybe it's a little stuck, so I think this was a little bit more broken in. We did pick this up used. The Hollison, once I got it dialed in, I shot very well. I had to bring it to the shots to the right a little bit more. But when I was out there, no matter what I did, I even tried different hand placement. I just had to adjust it. So Dean, who had this before me, his eyes just a little off compared to mine, right? It's just his comfort level, my comfort level. So taking it to the right, and I was right on with everything. There's a little bolt that holds the plate, and I could consistently hit that bolt with follow-up shots like 5, 6 in a row. And the comp really does help. It makes it pretty comfortable. It does lack stippling. I would like some more aggressive stippling, in this area, just to give you more purchase, because this is flat plastic. There's nothing here. There's a little cut for your finger. There's no stippling here. So maybe a little bit of a Talon grip job, or maybe send this off and get it laser cut. There's some people in the area that do that. And then I think I'm going to put at least the medium grip on the back here, give myself a little bit more purchase for that palm swell. But all in all, it ran very well. The slide serrations are intuitive. Reloading on the fly. I pocket reloaded the one time. I hoodie pocket reloaded, and you can just really get that in there. If you index it, it went right in with no problems whatsoever. So I think, it's a win. Is it worth the hype? Is it worth all of it? I mean, getting it dressed up like this, I paid basically retail for it. But I mean, the O-Light seemed to work well. It's in a good intuitive place. You push down, push up, the controls are right there. The trigger's nice. It does have a little bit of a, if you're gonna stage your trigger, which you should when you're trying to get accurate shots. So if you're pulling, you can see that's your take up. And then you hit like kind of a solid wall right there. But as soon as you feel that tension, if you take it back maybe 1/8 of an inch, you're right on there. So that helped me with my accuracy a lot, staging that trigger with this firearm. But it does, you've got a full-size grip. Without a mag, I can put my whole hand on there, as you guys can see, and it gives me plenty of room for my support hand. I could run it like this, whatever I want to do. With the light, I can't do the over the finger. I know some people do that, right? But the beaver tail 2 is really easy, really intuitive for me to get up inside of there. So I'm gonna have to get a holster for this, and we're gonna have to run it through some draws. I think that's next on the list. Get comfortable with this so I can get this into my carry rotation. So we appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Hope to see you guys next time. And maybe we'll get Lauren out of here. She was not a fan of this today. She was not impressed.
Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment below. We want to hear from you. Get more content from Family Firearm Reviews by joining our Patreon and checking out the links in the description.